Hello, everyone. Today, I would love to chit chat, just simply chit chat. There's no topic, but things that actually came across. Maybe I can share that with you. And maybe I can also share my stories as well. And if you can resonate with me, leave the comments and yeah, follow us on Instagram at fitwell.to. So while I was reflecting on all of the journey throughout the whole life, okay, let's go back to the recent journey. So last year, through the wilderness journey and everything, I thought that I was ready. And the door was open, and I thought that the door was for me. And because I obviously listened to his voice, and God has ordered the step for you, right? So I heard that very vividly while I was driving to work. And long story short, it didn't work out. And I listened to spirituality, Christian based YouTube, and I learned not every opportunity is your opportunity. So if your integrity needs to be compromised, that is not your opportunity. So when there's an opportunity, let's say 7 digit, 8 digit transactions, you pray first before you say yes, because you would not know how they do their business. You don't know their business practice. You don't know what is ahead of that transaction. So you got to have the quiet time, and you got to ask God first and get his approval first before doing anything, because God is your CEO of your business. And I didn't know that. See, I'm still learning. I'm in work in progress project, right? I'm a human being. I know, but I'm a project work in progress project. And but it was a good experience learning something new. But deep down, you know how you know that this is not an opportunity for you? Number one, as mentioned, you need to compromise your integrity. That is a red flag. Number two, like everything feels so rushed. That is a red signal. Number three, there's no peace. You are not at ease because you're you deep down, it's a intuition, it's your gut that the data and number would not tell you. Deep thing. You know that this is not from God. That's the signal. And recap, I wanted to share that with you because I wanted to remind you that when there's an opportunity for you, seek God first and ask God first and have the board meeting first, because that may require your integrity compromising. And also down the road, it's not going to be sustainable mutual partnership, but something needs to be compromised, or there's the yeah, something deep down is not right. You would definitely know. And resistance, God's opponents. I'm not talking about those things that you need to go through. For example, when Jesus was needed to be fasted for 40 days, when Satan tried to seduce him and try to make him compromise, even though through it all, it was not at ease and it was not peaceful, obviously, right? You're so thirsty, you're so hungry, you're in front of Satan and his very vicious scheme, but he still said no, right? It is written, it is written, it is written. So he knew God's word, and that became his sword, because the word itself is sword, right? So back to what I'm trying to say is last year's lesson was that not every opportunity is for you. And obviously, for a short period of time or the period of time, maybe it was his plan to create the rippling effect. I don't know. But when you yeah, when something needs to be compromised, the core value, that the belief system that cannot be shaken, the integrity itself, then yes, that is a red signal. And I'm not here to condemn anybody else, judge anybody else. That was itself a good memory and an experience. So I moved on. And still, deep down, I'm thinking my life itself, God try to finish the last part of being self-controlled. What I mean by that is not, I used to think that, God, you're my dad. I can ask for anything and you will give everything to me. But that was very naive and immature thinking when I was in my even 30s. So I want this food, I want to do like as many foodie adventures as possible. That was a good time. There was a season for that as well, and I cherish the memories. But I was not um very wise steward of my resources. So I want to encourage you, audit your life and think whether you are really in that self-control mode in terms of your fitness time, because I was all in for fitness, right? And also expenditures. I was really so generous to the small mid-sized business owners or e-merchants, which I didn't even protect myself, right? So that was very yeah, foolish of me. And if you don't protect yourself and do that self-care and build your house first, how you can sustainably provide and give that to your neighbors, right? So, and once again, there's times and seasons for everything. So I respect and I look back, I yeah, cherish every memories and even lessons as well. And there used to be that prematured version of me thinking that through it all, God made me like this, more matured. I mean, I'm not comparing myself with anybody else, the journey or the chapter anybody's at right now, but previous version versus current version of me through the training and lessons and through conversations with neighbors, I still learn. Oh, for example, I sometimes forget things, right? When you're in constant mode that you're tied up with this, that, then you sometimes are a little late than the scheduled meeting, or you forget people's name, or you even 5 years back, oh, I gotta think. I gotta think, right? And by accident, not intentionally, by accident, you do have that white lies and that came out from your mouth, and later thinking, why did I say that? I don't think that was right. Right? So once again, I'm very humbled and I'm still learning. I'm still work in progress. So I have no yeah judgment against other people, and because I'm still make mistakes and I have that that or work in progress mode still. But I know one thing for sure, God does not stop molding you and training you and putting you into that waiting season and due time and perseverance and endurance season until you pass the test. And previous episodes, I've already shared the test that God would put you through. Faith test, whether you keep going regardless of the storms, and even you feel nothing is working, if even you feel even God is in that silence mode, even really you feel that there's nobody who can help you, and he will test your faith as well during the double stormy season to to test your faith. And like I mentioned before, right before you deliver the baby is the most painful time. So if you're feeling that you're in that silence mode, God is not talking to you, or I don't hear anything from you, even though you feel that God is working for you. So have faith and trust in his good plan. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm pretty sure that God is using my tongue to share this with someone who needs to listen to this podcast. And thank you so much for listening to this episode. And thank you for your patience and your kind understanding. And we'll connect next week sometime. And until then, peace and align yourself with God's plan and God's timing first, and everything will follow. You don't need to chase things. All you need to do is keep going and take actions from your portion while seeking His better plan, higher plan, and everything. Ciao.